I expect he's going to put together a great show because, again, he is the creator. He knows the randomizer better than pretty much anyone else, except maybe Crystal Saver and people like that.
Right, Crystal Saver, as we know, a 3-time champion in the Zelda Randomizer tournament play here. So we are now underway.
And we do have, obviously, the wood sword in its regular location. The dungeons are in their regular locations today. Just all the enemy HP is shuffled. All the enemies in the dungeons are shuffled. So everything is still randomized to that extent. We do have regular dungeons, though. And the dungeons are also different dungeons within the dungeon vanilla locations.
And all 4 of our feature runners have decided to take the level 3 spot and have it speed level 2. There are going to be 2 items on the ground. You may have to full clear a room to get the item, or it just might be there right for the taking. We'll see what happens.
Yep, level 2, there will be 2 items available. And as a note, the levels that the runners are most going to be looking for are level 1 and level 8, because there is an additional item in each of those dungeons. They'll get 3 items instead of 2. Now, it's possible the items could be useful items. Maybe in one dungeon you'll get the bow and silver arrow combo, and it'll be the best dungeon you can get. Another dungeon could have 3 hearts in it.
Well, that won't be the case here in level 2, Cyclone, because Crystal Saver just found one of the items on the ground. It was a heart container.
Exactly. And it looks like they have determined that progress cannot be made here. There's a ladder block right there that Fred is just coming across.
Yeah, they have no bombs to go up, and of course that ladder block blocking the bottom portion of level 2, so they're going to have to get out of there and come back later when they're more well-equipped.
So the most likely place they're going to go next is going to be the vanilla level 1 location. That's my guess anyway. We'll see what everyone decides to do. Blight is taking a different path over to the ferry to get some health to use that 4th heart container. Crystal Saver, it looks like he's still going to explore level 2.
Yeah, he got some bombs there, so he's going to use his bombs and try to explore a little bit more of this level 2 here. Still 1 item left, and of course the Triforce. And Crystal Saver going to hope for some bombs here on these Gibdos. They have 7 HP, and he gets one. Very nice.
Very nice. So that's going to arm him for at least a few bomb hole attempts. More Gibdos. He's going to spend time to get more bombs here, I think.
Well, of course, he is relying on a couple of things. One, he could force a bomb, 10 enemies in a row. If you bomb the 10th enemy without getting hit, and it's in a drop group, you're going to get that fresh 4-pack of bombs. Of course, on the globals, hey, he got both of them on the 6 and the 8.
He's going to use 2 bombs now if he can. He did that to open another bomb hole.
Wow.
Heads up play right there.
He got all 3 bombs. He got it on the 6, the 8, and the 1 on the global counter. What kind of luck is this, Cyclone?
I would say that is really good luck, as we have level 5 on Fred Coughlin's side right now. So we're going to get to see what's in there. I see a couple of fiery snakes.
Tell you what, Crystal Saver pulling off the stops here in level 2. Bogey now back into level 2 as well. And looks like he's going to try the same game here. Hopes that he gets as lucky as Crystal Saver. Still have not found the second item yet. Fred in level 5. 1 item going to be on the ground. The other is going to be behind a staircase. Maybe this one.
Light found level 9. It's in the level 6 spot today.
All right, that's a good one to find. So now Blight knows exactly where he needs to go. That is the transport staircase that Fred found. He's going to go ahead and take it. That means the next staircase he finds, guaranteed, will be his staircase item.
I want to note that's a very interesting location for level 9 to be, because there's a very interesting gamble runners can make right nearby. Right on the screen to the left, you have to go around to the below to get to the left, but right on the screen to the left, under the grave, you can find the magical sword. So the runners may try to get enough hearts to see if they can pick up that magical sword and have an easier time with level 9. It will depend on runner comfort, but that would be something that some runners will possibly look at as a potential advantage.
Crystal Saver gets the Triforce out of level 2, so that's our first Triforce on the board for our 4 featured runners. And yeah, I think the magical sword is definitely going to be in play, considering that level 9 is in level 6's spot. I anticipate that if they get enough hearts, we may see at least one of these runners make a play for it, especially if this is a heavy combat seed.
Well, we will see where the heart containers wind up being. If they get a lot of hearts early, they may decide, especially if they know where level 9 is, to pick up those hearts and go for it. But it may also depend on where the white sword is. If they don't find the white sword, they're probably going to want to find Megs if they can.
And judging by the fact that Crystal Saver did not find that second item in level 2, leads me to believe that the other item is ladder block. It's in that southern portion.
Very likely is the case. So we're going to have to come back to that later and find out what that item is later. Fred is working still through level 5, and Crystal Saver just came to level 5, so he's going to start to explore that.
Yep, level 5 being in level 1's location. Neither item has been found yet here in level 5. Blight and Bogey still in level 2. And we already found the heart container. We believe that the second item is indeed ladder blocked, unless Crystal Saver made a miss, which I can't expect of his caliber, but we've seen stranger things happen before.
Crystal Saver make a miss? Never.
Bogey will pick up the map here in level 2, and he just needs to clear this room to get his first Triforce. He would be our second feature runner to score in that category.
Nice manhandle kill by Fred Coughlin. Unfortunately, only reward with $5, so not really worth the kill, but at least it's a boss off the map.
Absolutely, because a manhandler, I always picture manhandler as a set of bowling pins. You want that bomb to hit in the pocket to get that 4-pack of bombs. If it goes through the nose, yes, you'll kill manhandler, but you're not going to get those bombs. And obviously, if you go light, you're not going to kill manhandler.
So Crystal Saver is introducing himself to the many lovely blue gorillas in this level. The Crescent Moon, now I believe there is no transport in this level, am I correct?
In level 5, there is a transport staircase. You're thinking of second quest level 2. That one's going to have a transport staircase.
Exactly. So yeah, Bogey is still working level 2 right now, seeing if he can find anything in there, but I have a feeling he will eventually come to the same conclusion. Leave your life or keys. He chose to leave his life. Crystal Saver left a heart behind.
I don't blame him. He does not want to spend his hard-earned keys because you never know if there's going to be a lot of locked doors that are going to be in succession here. So, given his combat, I definitely agree with the play of him taking away his heart. He's more than capable of playing this game with 3 hearts.
Indeed. I could see him doing a low heart strat if he needed to, but obviously it would just be a lot harder to do combat in certain areas, especially if there are a lot of blue Riz robes or things that have to be killed. That can really make it tricky for a low heart run.
Now, this is not going to apply to any of the runners here of our featured 4, but had any of these runners... Oh, look at this! Red ring sighting, and Fred Coughlin's died in 5.
Yeah, you don't want to give Fred an early advantage like that. No.
That's right, Cyclone, because by getting that red ring, he has just quadrupled his defense. The damage taken now down to 1/4 of the base value as Blight picks up his first Triforce of the match here in level 2. Now, what I was going to say before we found that red ring that Fred got is, had these runners had just 3 hearts and they would have spent the heart container, they'd go into Zombie Link, but they would not give up any of their heart containers. And if they had the any key, they would show the magical key to the old man, acts as a free pass, and the old man's out of luck.
Now, in this case, a runner who went to level 1 first would have been able to do the zombie trick that you're mentioning, and would have been able to go up to that room scot-free and no cost before going to level 2 in that case. So I'll be curious which runners did go to level 5 at the level 1 location before going to the level 3 location and did that before picking up any heart containers.
I would imagine any runners who favor doing level 1 first as opposed to level 3. So that would be my guess. Here's Manhandle. Crystal Saber wants no part of it.
And Bogey has found his way over to level 5. Blight is also on his way up to level 5 right now. So far the only item we know about is the red ring in level 5 and a heart container in level 2. Other than that, we don't have a lot of information so far.
Yeah, I don't believe we found the floor item in level 5. We may have been blocked by some kind of means. There's the blue ring shop, but too late for Fred. He's already got the red ring. And a 10% markup on the wooden arrows at 88 rupees.
Yeah, I just checked the swords. They all seem to still have the wooden sword, so it definitely was not the white sword if they picked it up. It could have been a 4-drop. We just may not have seen it because they were standing on it.
Yeah, that can happen. Those are the worst as commentators, is if a runner gets the floor item and it's one's right on their feet and we can't see it.
Now, I do see Crystal Saver does have another heart container. Did he do a reset without saving?
I'm not sure about that, but we are getting some indication that the other item in level 5, the floor item, happened to be another heart container, so that's 2 out of the 9 heart containers from the shuffle now accounted for as Crystal Saver gets his red ring out of level 5.
That would be the other heart container that Crystal Saver has probably then if he didn't reset. So that would confirm the heart container is indeed in level 5.
Right you are there. So now that Crystal Saver has both items out of level 5, he's going to try and find the Triforce. Now, Fred was unable to get the Triforce out of level 5. We find a candle, and Fred has just enough rupees to purchase that blue candle, and you need a candle to gain access into level 8's location.
Without question. That is a torch, and while you may be able to complete the dungeon normally, you do need that torch to get in. So if you can't burn that bush, you're not getting into the level 8 location.
Not a chance. And again, you got to. No, he wanted to use the bomb, and he actually accidentally used the candle there. Fred going to take the bonus cave here. Is it going to be the potion or the heart container? He'll grab the heart container. So now, right now, he has a 2 in 3 chance of picking up the white sword item at the waterfall spot if he decides to make that play. Crystal Saver also opting for the heart container at Monocle Rock.
And I want to point out that you did say white sword item. Yes, even though the white sword item is in its vanilla location, it is not necessarily going to be the white sword. Or maybe it could be. We don't know. It's randomized.
Some information on the money. Crystal Saver found a medium secret that was the vanilla amount of 30 rupees, but Fred finding the jackpot. The large secret is a whopping 135 rupees. Cyclone, I approve.
I definitely would approve of that. That is a good large secret. I believe the maximum is 150, if I'm not mistaken. As Fred does a little trick, walking on the HUD at the top of the screen to get around the screens there.
And Crystal Saver did a play that you normally don't see much with vanilla locations. He went after the small secret, I guess maybe just to find out how much it was. It was a whopping 17 rupees, so Crystal Saver getting some good money, and that money enabled him to get that blue candle.
So we found level 7. That appears to be what's under the burn bush today. So I know what you like to call this, 33 rooms of
pure destruction or pure chaos or whatever you want to call it, because level 7, we have seen it a lot so far in this tournament, has been home to key items that you've needed to beat the seed. Will this come to fruition again? We'll find out.
I remember seeing the race I called week 1. We had that exact scenario. We had a seed like that where we had a key item in level 7 and runners did not want to go in. So level 7 can be one of those dungeons that can make or break a run. If you make the gamble, something's there, you're going to have a good time. If you don't make the gamble, you're going to be at the back.
We found out what our Armo statue item was. Fred has picked it up first. It was the magical key. So any key problems that he might have had in future dungeons, that's now over with.
I don't know what you're talking about key problems. I'm seeing 5, 5, and 6 on the other screens, so it doesn't seem we have any problems yet.
Well, you know how this game can be. You may think you have a lot of keys, and then you get to level 9, and there's about 15 locked doors.
Exactly. That magical key does come in useful when you get to level 9, for sure.
And it looks like we also found the one of the items in level 7 is the book. I think that was the ground item, if I'm not mistaken. And Bogey finds a bomb shop, and they are cheap. Big discount, just 9 rupees for a 4-pack.
I've seen cheaper, but 9 is a good deal. If you have the funds to spare, definitely a good pickup. And you need a lot of bombs in level 9 as well. There's a reason we call it the Great Equalizer. Key doors and bomb holes everywhere. You have to find the way through a torturous maze. And that could decide the race. So having those cheap bombs will come in helpful for these runners for sure.
And the Latimer item on the coast is one of the 9 heart containers in the shuffle.
We found level 1, by the way. I didn't catch where that was, so we'll see that when Blight eventually leaves. But he is in level 1. That is the dungeon, again, that has 3 items in it. So we're going to keep an eye on 2 floor drops, one which is normally a heart container, one which is a normal item drop, and then the staircase.
I stand corrected. The level 7 item was the book, but it was not on the floor. That was the staircase item that Fred has not discovered yet, but Crystal Saver has discovered level 1. That's a big one.
And actually, Bogey is in there too, so we have 3 runners in there right now.
Yeah, Blight also in there as well, but unfortunately taking a death in the NSU room. Back to start he goes. Bogey finds a key that he absolutely doesn't need, but Crystal Saver hasn't found the any key yet, so he's up to 7 keys.
There's good news for Blight in this. He now knows it's an NSU room.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, no. We've got patricitings here in level 7.
Oh, no.
You think it's 33 rooms of pure torture? Well, it just got worse for these runners.
Yeah, 33 rooms of no!
Right. Blight. Shape happens. Well, it's going to be happening soon. I believe in a couple of weeks we're going to be seeing shapes as our qualifiers here as the Zelda Randomizer continues.
Yes, and actually speaking of that, make sure to tune in, for those of you watching live, make sure to tune in tomorrow night. I don't know if the channel's assigned yet, but at 10 o'clock, our weekly will have a preview of that Shapes format. That will be week 4. That will be tomorrow as we start getting into week 3.
Both Crystal Saver and Bogey find the staircase item in level 1, and it is the wand. That's a nice item. Blight following right behind. He's going to get his wand too. And Fred finds the book in the staircase. What is he going to do with that book? He's going to bomb it. He's going to burn it.
He's going to burn it.
Sorry. Literacy denied.
Unfortunately, the book is still sturdy. It hasn't actually burned, so it seems to be a very sturdy book. They just made it metal or something.
Maybe it's the book from Harry Potter, and you need that obelisk tooth to destroy it. Ooh, and one of the floor items in level 1, we've just found it, is the bow. That is huge. That is one half of the puzzle pieces needed to defeat Ganon. The other is the silver arrow.
That is huge. And Blight takes another death in level 1, so he seems to be having a little difficulty, and he decides to leave, and he's going to come back later.
And definitely here. And Fred's still looking in level 7, so he knows what the staircase item is. We don't know what the floor item is in level 7, and it could be anywhere. The thing about these blue gorillas here is that they're a very annoying enemy, not only because their boomerangs and body take away 1 heart, or in this case, just a quarter of a heart because they got the red ring, but 1 bomb is not going to cut it because they have 5 HP. Your bombs only do 4 HP of damage, Blight going back into 1.
I'm going to correct something on what I just said about Blight. He seems to be trying to farm bombs right now. He's going outside the dungeon. He's poking the Lionels, and they're hitting him with swords very, very brutally. So he's trying to get some bombs or something. I assume bombs anyway off of him. And then if he loses life, he can reset the and get his health back at the start of the dungeon.
Yeah, but the problem is he's farming the wrong color of Lionels. Orange Lionels are not in the bomb-dropping group. The blue Lionels are in the bomb-dropping group, and unfortunately taking a death trying to get those bombs, so he'll have to go back to start and try again.
Well, that's going to get him off the path of farming the wrong Lionel, at least. That's the good news there. He, again, you said Blight is a newer player, so he's probably just not aware that that is one of the differences. You just have to farm the correct Lionel in order to potentially get the item.
Fred found the Triforce in level 7. He'll go ahead and pick that up. So that's his first Triforce on the board. He'll leave the second item in level 7 behind, unless, of course, we missed it.
Which means that he has not picked up any items in level 7 yet, which is probably a good thing since the rod is available in level 1.
Also available in level 1 that we missed on Blight's side, the Recorder.
Oh, I see that on the tracker too. Yeah, the Recorder opens up level 7's location.
I'm sorry, not Blight, but Bogey picked up the Recorder in level 1. So we now know all 3 items, and the Recorder is needed to gain access to Recorder Lake normal level 7 spot.
And Blight is in the desert. He's still trying to farm the wrong Lionels.
Yeah, again, might be a newer player, you know, you might get those enemy drops confused, but it does happen. Yeah, the blue Lionels are in the bomb dropping group. The orange Lionels, I believe, are in the health dropping group. But he does have 8 bombs, so it shouldn't be a factor now for Blight. Bogey picking up a heart container at Monocle Rock, so now he's got a 2 in 3 chance of picking up the white sword item if that's the play he decides to make. First, he's going to check the Candle Shop Cave first.
I'm actually wondering if maybe he was trying to farm hearts from those Lionels. That might be what he's trying to do. Anyway, we can ask him about that later, perhaps. As we do have Bogey going to get his blue candle out of the blue candle shop. Crystal Saver is in level 3. Fred Coffin is still looking in level 1 for items. He's back in level 1.
Level 3 is a nice find. It's a smaller dungeon. 2 items, 1 on the ground, 1 behind a staircase. And look at this, a bomb upgrade. Hello, the maximum bomb upgrade for just 95 rupees. 6 extra bombs. That is very, very nice.
That's about 16 rupees per bomb. That is a pretty good deal.
Here is the item staircase in level 3, but he's going to take care of these blue... Well, he gets knocked into there, and look at this! Knocked into the silver arrows! Those blue Dark Nuts are just telling him, hey, look, just grab the silver arrows and get out of level 3, huh?
Hey, we don't want you here. Go get this and get out.
Right. But Crystal Saver is clearing this room because this is a drop room, and potentially we could find, the Triforce here.
Yeah, Triforce, and we have seen those super special rooms before where both the Triforce and the item are both in the room, and that is why he cleared it up, but it turned out there was nothing there.
Not this time, but you can't fault Crystal Saver because it is randomized after all. Blight finding the book says no way to it. Fred back into level 1. Bogey now in that same level 3.
I don't know if I like everyone turning down the book. I mean, back to school is around the corner. I think it's already started in some places. Kind of need that literacy.
True, but some people, they just like to wing it when that final exam comes up.
Yep, I know exactly what you mean. So here we have in level 7, Blight is fighting some blue gorillas right now. These are not fun to fight in a leg-infested environment like this.
Bogey picking up his bomb upgrade, and he's happy he did because he was sitting on 0 bombs. And those 95 rupees just got him 14 bombs right there. Because no matter how few bombs you have in your arsenal, when you buy that bomb upgrade, you're automatically topped off to whatever that bomb upgrade's going to get you.
That's one of those things that you may see top players take advantage of too. They know this, obviously. So if you know that you've just come across some possible bomb wall locations, you see a bomb upgrade, you're going to go and use some of those bombs that are still in your inventory before you go and get that bomb upgrade. That way you get your full top up and you get your information.
Yep, and Bogey had just picked up his silver arrows, and he's going to do the same thing that Crystal Saber did. He's going to clear this room hoping for a drop, but we know it is going to be empty for Bogey when he clears this off, and he's got to be careful. Even though he's got the red ring, Blue Dark would still do a half a heart damage. It's 2 hearts if he didn't have that ring.
He just picked up a heart, actually. He's down to 3 hearts now. So he's down to 3 Blue Dark Nuts, and doing a good job clearing this room so far.
Very nice kill of that Gleeok there on Blight's side. He'll continue to proceed here in level 7, looking for the Triforce and that second item.
And Crystal Saber just came across a key, so he's still looking for that second item in level 3, unless we missed a heart container that we didn't catch.
Yeah, it's easy to miss the ground items here because a lot of times it's just right on our feet, or, well,
he hasn't found it yet because he's still looking after finding the Triforce. Saying, hey, you just found the Triforce, here, have a compass.
It never fails. I've seen that all too often. Now, here's a room that Crystal Saber might try and clear, and that is a full clear of level 3 on this map, so this has got to be the room. It's a heart.
Oh, heart container, nice.
So now, Crystal Saber is guaranteed the white sword item whenever he decides to make that play. He'll pick up the Triforce. So at the moment, it looks like the only item that's left that would put us in go mode would be the raft. Now, we've seen some ladder blocks, but they haven't blocked us out of Triforce pieces. However, that raft's still in play. What if the raft was in level 2 and you needed that ladder to get to it?
I was just going to say the ladder could be needed in level 9 as well. I wouldn't just rush into go mode when you see the raft at this point. By the way, speaking of the raft, why we know the raft is needed, you need it for level 4 location. That's the raft spot near the start. And the ladder, we know there's a ladder block in level 2, like you said, but again, level 9 could have ladder blocks all over the place. So you always want to get that ladder if you see it.
Absolutely. And, we've seen Zelda or the Kidnap, depending on who you're playing. Zelda, Crystal Saber would be Link, and in Blight and Fred Coughlin's case, it would be Ganon. We have seen the Kidnapped be in river rooms where you can't get to them unless you have that ladder, so you're absolutely right.
And imagine if it was that circle room. Now, it isn't this time because we saw that circle room already somewhere else, but imagine if it was that circle room that Zelda was in, and that was the one circle room in the game, and that's where she was, and you didn't have the ladder.
Definitely. Crystal Saber, by the way, found out what the white sword item was. It was a heart container. He went ahead and picked it up, so he's up to 7 hearts. So he's currently 3 hearts away, and we have our first appearance of the Wizrobes.
We also have a shoot. Oh, shoot.
Power Bracelet is the ground item in level 4. Crystal Saber will go ahead and pick it up. Not required to beat the game, but it does serve as fast transportation to get to the 4 Power Bracelet spots on this map.
Exactly. Those 4 Power Bracelet spots are vanilla locations like everything else in this game. For these flag sets. So you are going to find that those Power Bracelet spots are still going to all be staircases traveling around the world. You don't have to look around and figure out where the staircases go like you usually do when you see one of these races.
Crystal Saber using a combination of the bombs and the sword to take down these blue wizards. And guess what? They were required to get to the item staircase here in level 4. And what if it was the raft? Let's find out. And it is a heart container.
Yep. So that'll at least give more fuel towards Magical Sword later if Crystal Saber decides to try to get that. He has 8 hearts. So 2 more, and I'm sure he will definitely make a play on it going to level 9 because any advantage helps.
Yeah, why wouldn't you? You're that close to the magical sword from level 9. You might as well give it a shot if you get to level 9 with 10 hearts or more, because in Randomizer, you need anywhere between 10 and 14 hearts to grab the magical sword that'll do 4 HP of damage. Bogey got his third Triforce piece. He's got it in sequential order, 1 through 3, plus he just picked up the heart container at the waterfall.
It's almost like he's playing the game as intended.
Yeah, pretty much. You don't see that very often, but sometimes Randomizer takes you in that direction.
And Fred coming upon his silver arrows right now. Happy to find those, I am sure.
Blight finding out that the ladder item on the coast is the heart container, so chances are probably won't be coming back there.
Nope, that's not something you're going to pick up unless, again, you happen to be in the area later and you make a play on Magical Sword. But there's not a reason to really come back to the coast after you already know what's there, so...
True. Crystal Saver now just needs to find the Triforce here in level 4. Maybe it's here in this Gliok room. He's just got one more blue wizard left to clear, just a key. But he still doesn't have the magical key, and he's sitting on 8.
Blight is going to go back into level 1, so he's going to give this another go. He has 6 keys and 6 bombs. Feels he can do this now.
Saver exiting level 4. I didn't see a lot of the map, but I got a hunch that Crystal Saver might be ladder blocked out of the Triforce in 4.
I didn't see it either. It is possible that could be the case. I'm seeing a ha in chat, so it's possible that could indeed be the case. But we have a bit of a Pepto-Bismol-ish level 8 going on here, so that's another of our really big dungeons in this game. You're going to get to see this pink palette quite a bit today, it looks like.
Let's see if one of the 2 items is here. Yep, magical boomerang, and Bogey says no. That's one of the 2 staircase items. 3 items overall.
Yep, no scrap metal for Bogey today. Runners typically don't. Well, a lot of runners. Some might like it for the stun capability, but a lot of runners don't really like the boomerang. Just waste time to pick them up. You want to do it faster, not waste time picking up, Lord Banana.
And another pre-level 9 Patriciting on Bogey's side, this time in level 8, and he's going to do the wand sword combination. That was a lovely fight there that Bogey just picked up. Just has to take care of the center, and he'll get him down. Nice fight, and he gets the compass.
We have a bit of a bug infestation in Hyrule today. 2 dungeons already with Patras in them. Level 9 could still have Patras as well.
Absolutely, but level 9 could have any kind of enemy in there. Blight picks up his Triforce in level 1, so put another on the board for Blight. Fred is going to head for the white sword item. He's going to find it's the heart container. He'll go ahead and pick that up. He's currently sitting on 8 hearts.
And Blake goes back in level 1. He's still looking for items. It looks like he has the bow. He does not have the recorder, and he does have the rod, so he's just looking for that recorder right now.
Bogey finds another staircase. Could be the transport. Could be our second staircase item. It's the transport.
Crystal Saver going by the entrance to death. He's going to bomb open that hole. Normally that's level 9, and that's where you would go to finish the game, but there's another level here today. What do we have? That's where level 8 is. I didn't see that earlier on Bogey's side, so now we know that's where level 8 is.
Yeah, call it what you will, the Pepto-Bismol level or the level that Zelda painted. They're going to be finding 3 items. Anyways, there is the old man, and Bogey's not impressed with what the old man has to say, and he cannot bomb to the Triforce room.
Yep, have to find another way around, and I'm wondering if he already tried the lower route, and that's why he's going this way.
He's able to bomb north, and this is our other item. So if he's able to do a block clip here, he'll find out. Those blizzards, he's in there, and what do we have? Oh!
That is definitely an item that will be very useful to check out the rest of level 2. The ladder has been found. Fred, by the way, finds a scrap metal and, normally, like he always does, burns it.
Right. That is a huge find there for Bogey. So that's going to take care of those ladder blocks in both level 2 and level 4. That is a nice pickup. So as long as Fred and Crystal Saver hang in there, they're going to get that ladder as well.
And Fred is doing the... Oh, he takes a death to the Patra.
Ooh, Patra saying no way to Fred, and back to start he goes.
You shall not pass!
That's exactly right. Crystal Saver trying to find the floor drop item, and he's only got 1 heart left against these blue wizards. He's down to the final one, but these bubbles, they are trying to give Crystal Saver the fits, but he's doing a good job dodging him, and look at this!
I just saw that. Yeah, that was the raft.
Wow, wooden things here in level 8. If only the boomerang was the wooden boomerang, then we'd have the clean sweep. But as it stands, we have found everything we've needed to complete this seed. So as far as I'm concerned, Crystal Saber just needs to find that ladder. He's going to be in go mode.
Yeah, definitely. Crystal Saber is almost all set here, and he's in the right place to be in go mode in just a moment. Looking at Bogey, he does still need that raft. He's going to come across that momentarily. Crystal Saber does have that raft. Blight does not have that raft. I saw that marked on the track. We'll just get that corrected here. So it is a Crystal Saber who did pick up the raft in level 8. And Blight, meanwhile, goes into level 4. So he's observing the blue Rizrobes here, and no thank.
All right, Blight here in level 4. He finds the power bracelet. He'll go ahead and grab it again. Not a required item to beat the sea, but does allow for some transportations. Fred finds his ladder in level 8. He'll go ahead and pick that up.
And you mentioned Crystal Saber going to go mode. Bogey is going to be in go mode after he finds that raft himself. So both runners could go into go mode in just a moment.
Well, I tell you what, this is right now, I'd say, anybody's game between Fred, Crystal Saber, and Bogey. Now, Blight is not out of it yet, but he does not have the red ring, and that is going to be very difficult in a room like this.
Indeed, a room like this, those blue Rizrobes, I think they normally do, their magic normally does 2 hearts of damage, but getting bodied by them does a heart of damage. So they
actually,
can definitely hurt.
Sorry, Cyclone. Actually, the bodies also do 2 hearts of damage. The orange Rizrobe's body does 1 heart of damage. It's their beams that are deadly. They do 4 hearts.
Yes, I knew that was the case with the red Rizrobes. I didn't realize the blue ones were different on the body damage. Thank you for that.
Not a problem here. As Fred knows where the Triforce is now. He is in the Triforce room in level 8. I don't know if he grabbed the raft or not, but if he clears this room and he decides to hit that Gamblematic 9000 and decides to bail out of level 8, he's going to be in a world of hurt.
And Crystal Saber did get that Triforce in level 8, so not a bad Triforce room, actually. So he's going back in to continue looking for what he doesn't know yet is a ladder.
And little does he know it's going to be the right play because, again, that ladder's going to be there. And we know, just based off of what happened in level 4, we need that ladder to beat this seed.
Indeed. So we're going to get that ladder. He's going to get that ladder. He's going to be in go mode, and he's going to go and get through the dungeons as quick as he can at that point. Now, I didn't see if Bogey picked up the raft yet either. It was a floor drop once again, so we may be blinded to the fact that it happened. I don't remember. Was it a blue Rizrobe room it was in?
Yes, there were blue Rizrobes in the room where we got the raft. No, this is the Triforce room.
Oh, it's the Triforce room. Okay.
So Saber trying to find that last time. Again, we know that it is the raft. Bogey picks up his Triforce from level 8. That's going to be his 4th Triforce piece. Decision time now for Bogey. Is he going to try and find that 3rd item, or is he going to gamble? Let's find out.
Let's see if he goes back in. He is going to go back in.
Again, making the right call. I tell you, these runners, with the judgment calls here, Saber finds his ladder.
Yep, 32 minutes, 42 seconds. Crystal Saber is in go mode.
Absolutely. So now from here on in, he's looking for Triforce pieces and Triforce pieces only to gain access into level 9. So he needs 4 through 7, and he'll be on his way.
That would be obviously a nice to have. Would be getting the white sword somewhere, but if you don't actually, that is the white sword he has. The white sword. No, did he pick up the white sword? That sword looks different than it.
That's his colored sprite. No, he still has the wooden sword. That's just a palette swap.
Got it. Okay, so that confused me for a second, but he is still on the wooden sword. Nice to have would be a white sword or a play at the magic sword, but I can't see him at 8 hearts right now, knowing it can take up to 14. I can't see him spending too much time picking up heart containers.
Solid manhandle kill on Fred's side. He tried to get the Brooklyn strike with that bomb, but just missed, but was able to use the wand to take out the rest of it and stay alive here in level 2.
And
Fred's going...
Go ahead.
Fred's going back to level 2, and we now know what that second item is. It is a heart container.
So Blight did take another death. He's back to the start of the overworld himself. He is currently on 2 Triforce pieces, number 1 and number 2. And we'll see where he decides to go next year. Fred is working level 2.
Wow.
He's still at level 8.
That was the best clock you could have asked for. That is the clock of the night that Bogey just got there because that got him the raft. He's done with level 8. He too now is in go mode.
Yeah, that is a great raft placement, right? Or clock placement right there. So he is in go mode, as you said, and he is only not even 2 minutes behind. Not quite 2 minutes behind Crystal Saber. So it's going to be a bit of a race between these bottom two right now.
However, Crystal Saber finding a fast Triforce behind that Gliok here in level 5. That'll be his 5th Triforce piece. But yeah, it's definitely anybody's game. Bogey going back into level 2. I guess he wants to find out what that second item is because, White Sword would be nice, but we know that the second item is probably not going to be something that Bogey would really like desperately. He'll grab it, I'm sure, but he's probably not going to be thrilled about it as Fred gets his Triforce out of level 2.
And that is, according to our tracker, only 2 Triforce pieces for him. So he is a little bit behind on the Triforce pickups. That means he will lose additional time. Plus, he's not in go mode yet anyway, but he will lose additional time going to get the other Triforces anyway. So at this point, I'd say it is between Crystal Saber and Bogey on our restream here.
And Saber going to head for the raft spot, which we know, in fact, is level 6. Saber's just looking for the Triforce. I mean, if he stumbles upon items, I think the item he really would love to see would be that White Sword.
Yeah, the White Sword would be an item that the runners will not say no to. It will cut the number of hits to Ganon and anything else in half.
And we know Fred does have the Triforce out of level 2, and I would imagine he has more Triforce pieces than that. And Saber finds a staircase. Could be the transport staircase. It could be the item. But Saber's going to clear this room just in case it could be the Triforce room. And nope, nothing here. What do we have? It is the item. It's the red candle, and it's too late for a red candle. I mean, it'd be nice early on because what it does is blue candle, you can only fire it once. You want to fire it again, got to go to another screen. Red candle, you could fire it as many times as you would like on the screen you're on. Just keep in mind, only 2 shots on the screen at one time.
And Blaze in that room, you do not want to see the princess in without a ladder. As I'm looking at our tracker, we only have 2 items left on our tracker. The wooden boomerang, or Lord Banana, and the White Sword, which are the only 2 items that have not been found. What items do we still have outstanding besides level 9?
Well, we have some heart containers, I'm sure, and just based on how the seed is going, Cyclone, I'm calling White Sword in level 9.
I'm calling that too. I think that is probably what's going to happen.
I'm going to say White Sword, heart container. Oh no, and Blight takes a death to that Gliok in level 3. Back to start he goes. A bad break there. You'd almost had him down. Saber here in level 6. He's just looking for the Triforce. Bogey in level 4 as we find the heart container on Fred's side. We had seen that earlier for Crystal Saber. Blight finding a well-needed bomb upgrade. He'll gladly spend his 95 rupees, get that 6 bomb upgrade.
Crystal Saber going through a couple of ladder rooms here. One he didn't have to cross, but the other one he did in order to get by this Patra. So that ladder definitely looks like it's needed for level 6 as well today. Man,
another Patra in a sub-level 9. So we've seen him in 8, 7, and now 6. That's crazy.
Yep. That's right. Patras are everywhere today. There's a bug infestation in Hyrule. There's our White Sword in level 6.
Oh, that is humongous there for Crystal Saber. That is exactly what the doctor ordered. He's in really good shape. He's got the red ring. He's got the White Sword. He's not even going to bother with the magical sword. Blight finds his silver arrows here in level 3.
I think you're right. Crystal Saber will not be doing the magical sword now. Any heart container is just going to leave him behind unless they're convenient to grab. He won't spend the time going for a magical sword now. He's confident with White Sword and 8 hearts and the red ring.
Yeah, everything coming up Saber here right now, but there are still other runners who are not featured here that could potentially be further along as he gets the Triforce out of level 6. 2 more to go for Saber.
That is right. There are a large number of runners in this race. In fact, taking a quick look at the SOL room, doing a quick count of the room, I am scanning down. I see 21 people in this race who are currently running. So we're not going to be covering the finishes as they happen, not until we have our first finisher on the stream. Once we do a finisher on the stream, we will cover how other runners in the race are doing.
Oh, and Crystal Saber getting tumbled by that blue moblin, pushing him back to the vanilla level 4 spot, saying, "Not in my house!" I just hate seeing those enemies. You come off the raft spot and there's an enemy that just pushes you back. That's when the recorder can come in handy. Because I was doing a randomizer seed. There was a bunch of blue Lionels on the northeastern raft, so I'm like, heck with it. I'm going to record her out of here.
Yeah.
Back to the race. Fred and Bogey both in level 4 now.
Now, it's like you just said, enemies on the raft spot, they are literally the perfect troll. They just go up, they're like, hey, come over here. Boom. Bye.
Pretty much. Now, Saber also in level 4. Blight trying to finish up level 3 here. Saber going to pick up the map. He's just looking for the Triforce, and he'll be done.
And Crystal Saber finding a room of orange wizards right now. Again, those are the more dangerous variety in terms of the magic. With the large shield, you can actually block that magic, but obviously runners aren't typically going to go looking for the large shield. Not worth the time.
No, Magical Shield is a rare purchase. We've seen it happen before in Zelda Randomizer, and it has saved the runner's bacon at times. What the Magical Shield does is it deflects the Wizro beams, the Lionel beams, the Turret Statue beams, the Zola Ball beams. But if you get swallowed up by a like, you better break out of it quickly, because if you don't, you lose that shield.
Yeah, likes love large shields. They will eat those large shields. So definitely another reason why runners, I believe, don't like to pick that up, because they know, because very often you're trying to go fast, you're going to get eaten by a like you're going to lose it anyway. You just waste your time for nothing.
Bogey picks up the Triforce in level 4, and Crystal Saber in that same room right now. He didn't find the compass, but he's going to stumble upon the Triforce right now. He's just a Triforce away from being eligible to go into level 9, but of course, it's in 33 rooms of pure mayhem, level 7.
So we'll see how he handles that as Bogey heads over to the graveyard area. So it looks like he's... I wonder what he's doing over here. Yeah, I think he already checked level 6, I'm sure, didn't he?
Maybe he already has the Triforce out of level 7 and we missed it. He's heading for level 9.
He is heading
for
level
wait a minute,
9.
Nope, check that. He is doing a screen scroll, so he does not have the Triforce out of level 7. He's doing the Around the World screen wrap.
Yeah, he did the screen scroll. That's exactly what he did. Oh, Crystal Saber. I was looking at Bogey. Sorry, I was looking at Bogey. So Bogey did not know that level 9 was there. He was just level checking, and he now knows that's level 9. So he saved and went back to the beginning.
Yep. Saber now going back into level 7 to get the Triforce. Blight gets his Triforce out of level 3. And Fred, currently sitting on 5 Triforce pieces, needs to get this Triforce out of level 4. However, he did hit the gamble button in level 8, because I'm not seeing a ramp pickup on Fred's side, so he's going to have to go back to level 8 some point.
Yeah, unless we missed it, and hopefully we can get a look at his item screen and confirm this, but unless we missed it, he does not have that wrapped. He is going to have to go back and get that. So now, like we said, we made a comment at the start of the race that Fred Coughlin, the creator, knows the randomizer more than anyone else, but that does not mean he has any different insight as to where items can be. It's still completely randomized, even, and he can be surprised just as easily as anyone else as to where something ends up. So just because he created the randomizer, anyone can win any race on any day, and that includes anyone playing against Fred.
And Saber doesn't waste too much time. He finds his Triforce out of level 7, and at 42 and a half minutes in, he is now eligible to go into level 9. Meanwhile, Bogey decided to pick up the red candle in level 6. Interesting play here, but I guess he wanted to complete his candle collection, and you just never know if that red candle is going to come in handy.
Maybe he's playing 100%. Who knows?
Who knows?
Anyway, what we are as you mentioned, Crystal Saber is on his way to level 9. He is doing the screen scroll to get around there right now, so he's 3 screens away, or 4 screens away, I think. We need to talk now about what's going to be happening level 9. There's 2 things that he's going to be looking for here, as we'll get the audio change over to him in a moment as well. What he's going to be looking for is we're going to be listening for the sound of a screaming pig. Now, you can hear that sound if you're in a room with another enemy, so needless to say, you want to make sure you are hearing it from an adjacent room. That means he is north, south, east, or west of where you are at that moment. At that point, you can find it from another room, and you can narrow down exactly where Gan is, go kill him, and with the silver arrows and the bow. Then after that, or possibly along the way, you may find another door that does not open if when all the enemies are cleared or when any blocks are pushed in the room, like that one Crystal Saber is seeing right now. So if he kills this Gleeok and that door doesn't open, we know that's where Zelda is. If that door opens, we know that's not where Zelda is. And we now know that's not where Zelda is. It's because that door opened. But after defeating Ganon, if we see a door that opens while enemies are still in the room, that means that's where the girl is. Go in and finish the game.
You are correct there. Now, because Crystal Saber is playing as Zelda, Zelda's not rescuing Zelda. It's just not happening. Instead, he'll be rescuing Link. And that door opens, so that's not where Link is.
And that's a locked door, so that will not be where the guy is either. Now there's a door. There is a door. Let's see if he's finds this door opens. This is definitely one that we want to check.
Absolutely. Plus, he could get some moms. He doesn't need them because he's got the max. That's not it.
Yep. That's not the guy's or girl's room either, as the case may be.
The kidnapped, right.
The kidnapped, yeah. That's not the room where the kidnapped lies, nor is that. So we are eventually going to come across a door that does not open. We won't comment on every single door. Life and keys. Let's think about this. I have the any key. I'm going to give you keys.
Yep, going to use the key as a free pass so he doesn't lose anything. Meanwhile, Fred back at level 8. That is the good move there because that's going to get him his raft.
Blight is going to find all the lovely wooden items here if he can hold out level 8 as well.
And the room goes dark. That doesn't necessarily... But ladies and gentlemen, here's Ganon in Ganon's room, no less.
Chat, you know what to do. As it is 8 hits with the white sword in order to kill Ganon. Now, there is a plus minus, so it could be 7 possibly, but generally it is 8 hits with the white sword.
6, 7. Well, I must have miscounted.
Maybe it
Down
was 7.
goes Ganon. I think it was 8. I don't believe this is not the flag set where enemy HP is shuffled, so that was definitely 8 hits. But down goes Ganon. We've got Bacon and the Triforce of Power. So now, say we're going to be looking for a shutter door that automatically opens. He finds that. He will be finishing this race and potentially could be a winner.
And we're not going to look at the channel. When I was scanning the channel 7 minutes ago, there were no finishers yet, so we're not going to spoil that or give any information on that until Crystal Saber does get to the girl, to Link in his case.
Correct. Yep, Saber making the mad dash to try and find Link as Blight finds his ladder in level 8. Fred now in level 6. He's in Triforce and Go mode.
That was that was the room. So
GG.
Crystal Saber now, GG. So let's find out what Crystal Saber's time was, and did he win the race today? Ladies and gentlemen, the official SRL time, 46 minutes and 20 seconds, and Crystal Saber is your winner. Get your GGs in chat.
Way to go to Crystal Saber, a very fast and efficient seed. He is not only your featured runner winner, he is your overall race winner for tonight's Week 2 qualifier, race number 8 seed. Amazing stuff here from the 3-time champion.
And we will see if he wants to get in here or come in here momentarily to chat about the seed and about that race. Now, looking at the screenshot I took of our leaderboard earlier, I didn't see him at the top of the leaderboard, so I haven't checked to see if this is actually his first race of the week, but nonetheless, if it is, this could challenge for those top 2 spots for the leaderboard.
By the way, for anybody playing a Name That Tune with the Recorder theme, it was, as I always like to say, Cyclone, when in doubt, guess an SNES RPG. Well, guess what? It was from an SNES RPG. Golbez from Final Fantasy IV.
Yeah, I didn't see what it was, so yeah. Final Fantasy IV, if you don't recognize the tune, it's probably a Final Fantasy tune.
Right! Or like I said, just name any Super Nintendo RPG. That's probably the right answer. Back to the race. Bogey in level 7. Fred trying to find the Triforce here in level 5. It's the last Triforce that he needs before he'll be eligible to go into level 9. I'll tell you what, that was a fast and efficient level 9 that Crystal Saber put up. That was like, what, a 3-minute level 9? Just insane.
Yeah, he routed that level very, very nicely. I see him in the channel. I think he just joined us, by the way. He routed that level very, very nicely. And as you just said, he did a very good job routing that level 9 as he is with us in the channel. GG, Crystal Saber.
Thank you.
Absolutely tremendous job you did, Saber, tonight. First place, 46:20. That is a very, very fast time. Should put you well up onto that leaderboard for week number 2, as Fred has now got all 8 Triforce pieces, 48.5 minutes in. He's now ready to go into level 9. I'll tell you, that level 9 was a really, really, really good one for you, Saver. Man, how do you feel?
I'm feeling pretty good. Compared to the last time I raced, this felt good. Even though I didn't get the ladder and the raft until later, it felt like I routed it correctly, the information-wise.
Yeah, both of the required woody items in level 8, and you certainly found it pretty fast. And Fred, 49 minutes in, is now going to make his play into level 9. He's not going to check the magical sword to see if that 20% is going to come through. And given Fred's caliber of play, I certainly don't blame him. And he's got the red ring to boot. That red ring early really helped.
Yeah, he's not going to waste his time on the magical sword either. I think you're right. He could get it, but it's only 20% chance, and that's just lost time if you're in that 20% or that 80% where it's not picked up.
And Bogey got his Triforce out of level 7, so now he needs the Triforce out of level 5, and he'll be ready to go into level 9 himself. Unfortunately, Blight taking a death in level 8, so back to start he goes. Fred tangoing with a Gleeok takes him down. Now, because he's playing as a Gibdo, instead of fighting Ganon, he's going to be fighting against Zelda and rescuing Ganon. The same thing is going to apply on Blight's side because he is a Dark Knight.
And yes, the credits, it does say that evil rules the world again.
Yep, and Fred going to bomb to see if he can get out of there, and he can, but he's still going to use the any key to bait the old man thinking, oh, you got 3 of my precious keys. Well, guess what? I have all the keys in the world.
So, Crystal Saber, was there anything in that seed that stood out to you today in particular?
Where's ladder? Where's ladder? Where's ladder?
Well, looking at your side of the board, this doesn't surprise me one bit. And ladies and gentlemen, here's Zelda. We need 15 hits to take down the princess, and a hug will cost him 1 full heart. But there's a stun lock. He's got the stun lock. It doesn't look like... Oh! That is a feisty princess right there. And Fred not going to take any chances. He's going to drink that potion.
Please wait while we refill your health. Continue.
Wow, that's caught me by surprise. I thought Fred for sure had the stun lock, and Zelda just flung her arms open wide and gave that Gibdo a great big hug, and Fred is not going to take any chances, and down goes Zelda. We've got Royal Jelly and the Triforce of Wisdom, so Fred just now needs to find the shutter door that opens, and he's going to be finishing in a very high position here. Have we had any other finishers yet?
Well, actually, because Fred's probably going to come across it very quickly, Actually, no, we don't have any other finishers yet, so this could be second place. I was going to say, we'll talk about that in a moment, but I can say right now there are no other finishers, so he is racing for second place right now.
Absolutely, so still time for him to get the silver medal in tonight's race. Bogey in level 5, he's just looking for the Triforce, and he'll be eligible to go into level 9. He's looking for a high positioning finish himself. He's in really good shape.
And taking a look at our leaderboard here, I did see, taking another look, that this was Crystal Saber's first race of the week. So he is definitely in contention for that top spot. You only have to play 1 race to get into the leaderboard. You don't have to play like 3 or 4 minimum each week. You only have to play the 1 race, and you're able to have your time qualify. So with that thought in mind, Crystal Saber, this was your only race of the week and the last race of the week. Was there any additional pressure going into knowing this was going to be the one time that counted this week? And if you had a bad time, it would be put you lower in the standings?
Actually, no. I don't actually care about the standings or how the qualifier things go. I just want to race for fun once a week at least, just to unrust. Seating wise, I don't really mind which place I get, because from my understanding, I think everybody already places, right?
Yeah, everyone places, I think. I don't know exactly how many people were in this term, but I think I saw one race last week that had something like 40 people in it. So there are a lot of people in this tournament for sure. There's going to be a lot of races to come once these qualifiers are done. So we're getting 1 race every day right now with 4 people. We're going to have a lot more racing going on and a lot more talking about Zelda 1 Randomizer happening as soon as these qualifiers are over.
And we do have our second place finisher, and this comes as no surprise to me considering how consistent he's been all tournament so far. Yunos in second place with a time of 52 minutes and 26 seconds. So GG to Yunos.
So he outraces Fred to the silver medal. Fred can still get the bronze, though, and I try to remember. I think he's close to where it is, right? Nope, maybe not.
He's close, and he has the compass as well, so he knows exactly where it is. But can he get there from his current position is the big question.
Will he make it in third place as well? I think didn't see the exact. I think it was an up door, so he can't get over there. He has to kill this room.
And he has no bombs left either. So I mean, that could have been the one and only way to get there. It's hard to say if there is a workaround, but we'll find out. And Fred getting unlucky, no bombs.
So if there's a door to the north from here, and I think there was a door to the north here. Yes, there was. So he's going to go up, he's going to find the door to the north, and that will be the way in. So he just has to avoid getting hit, and he's got the girl. Get through these. There we go. Don't touch the fire because it will hurt you. There you go. And he has a finish. We can now confirm that he is finished in 3rd place with an official SRL time of 54 minutes and 13 seconds. Get your GGs in for him.
Great job from Fred Coughlin. Very solid race on his part. Only mistake he made was he hit that gamble on level 8, and it did cost him just a little bit of time, but overall, a very, very, very good result for the creator himself, Fred Coughlin. 3rd place, 54-13. GG.
And we'll see if he chooses to join us as well in a moment. So we are going to follow, of course, Bogey and Blight. Blight is still, it looks like, only on 3 Triforce pieces. Bogey is only a level 5 Triforce. Well, make that 4. Blight is only a level 5 Triforce away from being eligible for level 9.
Unfortunately for Bogey, level 5 proven to be a doozy. He is out of bombs, and that's why he had to escape level 5. We do have Fred Coughlin here in the commentator's booth with us. GG, great finish for you tonight.
GG, Fred.
Thank you, guys. That was evil.
Yeah, both the raft and the ladder being in level 8, and you had to clear a Wizrobe room to get that raft in level 8. But, I mean, other than the raft giving you a little bit of fits, I thought you played a really, really solid seed tonight, Fred.
Thanks. I mean, it was a little frustrating early on with a couple of the levels either being resource or ladder blocked, and so therefore it was like, okay, I got double back. I'm in big trouble there. And then some of it fell together, and then all of a sudden I clear the my second to last dungeon, and I'm like, okay, it's either floor in 7 or floor in 8. Oh, lovely.
Now, we did mention earlier, of course, that you did make the gamble on level 8 being, for lack of a better word, cleared out of useful items when you found the ladder earlier. What was your thinking behind where the raft could be? Do you think it was in level 7, or what was your thinking behind that?
At that point, looking at my thing, I think I had recorder. So I said to myself, let's get dungeons done. If we happen to walk across stuff, great, then we can go to 9. If I don't have it done, then I can recorder back. And, at that point it was a coin flip. I'd explored maybe half-ish of 7, maybe a little bit less than that. I was kicking myself because I took the stairs early. If I hadn't done that, we would have hit everything else much quicker. And then, and then I was like, okay, given that choice or 8, where I didn't remember there being a lot of rooms left I hadn't touched, I said, let me just clear that out. Probably should have done it the first time through, but I think felt like resource-wise, especially once I got the ladder, I said, I gotta try to push things here, especially with the people who are in this race, as clearly seen by, Saver crushing this seed.
Yeah. Bogey did get that Triforce out of level 5. Unfortunately, we missed it, so he's now in level 9 himself, and he's got a small chance he could still potentially sub-hour this seed if he pretty much routes it the way you did, Saver.
Yep, there is still a good chance for him to get a very good time on this seed. And again, as you said, everyone qualifies in this, so it's just a matter of how well he's going to qualify based on this week.
Yeah, definitely.
He is making a left here in the NSU room. He's going to come across one of the... actually, that's not an old man room. That's just a Gibdo room, in a black room with Gibdo.
And this is, by the way, the one and only player of our featured 4 where you could say we're looking for Zelda, because he is playing as the normal Link character. Fred, you and Blight both are playing as one of Ganon's minions, and Saver, of course, his traditional Zelda sprite.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I'm personally just love seeing chaos in general. I mean, I created this whole randomizer thing in the first place, so give me my chaos and I roll.
I'll tell you what, though, Fred. Zelda caught me by surprise there. Ladies and gentlemen, here's Ganon. Bogey has the white sword, so he needs 8 hits to take down Ganon. A Hyrule driver will cost him 1 heart with the red ring. There's 2.
He is going for the Sunlock. And I believe we said Bogey is a newer player, so he doesn't seem to have it completely practiced yet. But he did get it there, and he did get the Sunlock on the 4th hit. So very nicely done. He does have his bacon. Now he just has to find the girl all the way across the dungeon.
I'll tell you what, Fred, back to what I was mentioning before, or we saw Ganon pop up on Bogey's screen. The Zelda caught me by surprise. You had the stun lock, and all of a sudden she just gave you a big hug.
Oh, yeah. No, and I planned in going in, if I'd planned things a little bit better, I might have routed a little bit differently to try to get over to 6 a different way. But I said, once I found the power bracelet, I said, I'll just finish off the last dungeon, go over there and then go with low health. And if I happen to discover Zelda in the process and fight her and take a couple of hugs, I had the potion to drink. So
yeah, that
went with
potion
that as a plan.
definitely bailed you out there, because without it, you might have lost a couple of positions in this particular race. But yeah, very, very good run by you tonight. 3rd place out of a field of, what, 21?
21, yeah. Speaking of, let's note another finisher that we do have here who is now clocked in. We can say now clocked in. Redbird Grad finished in 4th with a 59.12. And I'm keeping an eye on the SRL channel, but I think that may be our last sub-hour of this race.
Yeah, unless we have a late sniper at the very end. We're just going to have 4 sub-hour finishers. So you guys really tackled these seed very well if you're going to be the only 4 sub-hour runners of tonight. I mean, we have a lot of cream of the crop players in this race. So to see only 4 sub-hour finishers, that's insane.
Yeah. There's a lot of really good players in the in this tournament in general, and when you guys see like this, it can very much throw things because again, various resource blocks, ladder blocks, where the ladder ended up being in the first place, and a bunch of other things. So really, if you take any wrong turn there, it can very easily lead to a much larger time than you would expect.
Crystal Saber calls Yunus a task machine. I don't know about that. Oh, shoot. Bogey gets locked into the horizontal shoot room.
Oh.
The only way to get out is to take down these Gibdos, and he's opting to use the silver arrows that do 4 HP of damage, and there's the map. But sorry, Bogey, those arrows will not pick up the map.
Oh, that's the kind of situation you hate running into, where a door locks behind you, and guess what? You're shooting things across the chute. If you don't have your sword beam, you're wasting your arrows if you want out, or you're going back to the beginning. That's one of those things you don't want to see when you're playing.
And we do have our 5th place finisher. It is JSR with an official SRL time of 60 minutes and 46 seconds. GG's to JSR. And
GG's
Blight gets his Triforce out of level 4.
And that is now 5 Triforce pieces. Again, unless we missed one. We could have missed one, but we show 5 Triforce pieces for him at this point. And he goes back into Record Lake. He has to blow the flute again in order to get back in there, and he is back in.
I'll tell you what, Bogey's heading in the right direction. In fact, he now has the compass, so now Bogey knows exactly the location of where Zelda is. Now, getting there, I think he's getting close. Unless, can he bomb up or to the left?
I think he can bomb up here, if I remember. I don't remember 100%, though. That's a nicely placed clock. Waiting for the sword to come back in. Now he's going to try the door or bomb to the north. He's going to get a bomb drop.
He's there.
He refills his bombs. He is going to find it. He's on the right path. He goes left, and he's there.
Unfortunately for him, he just got sniped by Side Town, our 6th place finisher, who clocks in with a time of 62 minutes flat for 6th place. And Bogey going to finish right behind him. GG's to Bogey. Great race for him.
So that was a 102.28 for RKC, and that was a 102.33 in 8th place for Bogey. We have another snipe.
Wow, Bogey getting double sniped at the end, so a bit of a bad break there, but still very respectable performance for Bogey as he finishes in 8th place, and as you mentioned, RKC, TKC getting 7th place by a mere 5 seconds.
5 seconds, yeah, very, very small difference there. And we have seen very close cases like that before. In fact, it's come down to a tie in some cases. I've seen many cases where there's a tie, dead heat, and both runners get the same placing as a result. So these can get really, really close.
Yeah, we've seen ties happen in multi-field races like that, but I don't think we've ever had a tie in a head-to-head race. That would be quite historic if and when that does happen.
I think we might have had a couple seconds apart before, but not a direct tie, unless it was a multiplayer race, like you said.
Yep, absolutely.
I think we had that with the preview races in these last 3 weeks. In fact, I think there was at least one case. I call all 3. I think there was at least one case where we did have a dead heat.
All right, so Blight here in level 4. So he's looking for the second item. Unfortunately, the second item that he's looking for is not going to be one he really wants.
Yeah, he already has the power bracelet out of this dungeon, according to the tracker. So he's not going to find anything else useful. That reminds me, we haven't found Lord Banana.
He's probably in level 9. That would be my best guess.
Yeah.
But these runners, this was an easy level 9. I mean, you did not, as far as I'm concerned, you did not need to take a staircase at all to complete level 9.
I think you're right.
Speaking of 9s, we do have our 9th place finisher. It is Chest Jerk, who finishes with a time of 1 hour, 3 minutes, and 49 seconds.
Chest Jerk, another legend in the randomizer, and he is one of those racers you expect to see near the top in a lot of tournaments. So he is a really good runner himself.
Absolutely.
Not a bad time for him. That was a bit of a little bit of a challenging seed because, as you said, we only had 4 sub-hour runners. We've had some seeds that have been even sub 40. So to have only 4 sub-hour in this case shows you this must have been a tougher seed than some other ones that we've had.
Blight trying to do a ladder clip to get across here, but having a little bit of trouble. There we go, and he gets his key. He has still not found the magical key, which was our Armo statue item for this race.
And it's actually kind of surprised that he has not checked that, if that is the case, because he doesn't have that.
And Blight taking another death here in level 4. I think the thing that's really been hurting him that the other runners have been able to get that really helped them propel through the seed is that red ring that was in level 5.
Yeah, the red ring is very, very helpful, and he is taking a lot of deaths. So that shows you the difference between having that red ring and not having that red ring. It means you can tank a lot more damage. You can get a lot further with the hearts that you have. It's a very small number of hearts. And it means that you're going to have a quicker time overall because you're able to get that extra distance. Right now he's in a orange wizard room. He has to kill all these orange wizard rooms to open these 2 doors.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, he's looking for that second item. That's the reason why he's still here in level 4, because he does have the Triforce out of this dungeon. So, tell you what do we have on tap for week 3?
I was just getting information on that right now because we're just trying to get that confirmed so I can talk about that. But I can tell you, speaking of week 3, we do have a race tomorrow that I'm bringing the schedule back up right now so I can give you that time. The race tomorrow is at 3 o'clock Eastern Time, somewhere on Speed Gaming. We do not know what channel yet, but 3 o'clock Eastern Time means all of our European runners are going to be able to get in on that as well. That's 8 o'clock in the UK, 9 o'clock in the rest of Europe.
Blight back into that room. He took that death in, and this is a difficult room here. You got blue whiz robes, bubbles. This is like the grossest kind of magical breakfast you can think of. You've got ropes, pancakes, whiz robes, and of course your bubble.
I'll just take the pancakes, thanks.
Yeah, moving right along. Blight down to 1 heart. Oh, and he's blocked by those blue whiz robes. He had no chance. Tough break.
He had no way through that. That was completely blocked off there.
I think a lot of NFL teams would like to sign those 2 blue whiz robes up playing defensive end. Blight going to escape level 4. He doesn't know it, but in his case, this is the right move to bail now and move on elsewhere.
Okay, it looks like Bogey is in our setup room now. I'm sure he'll be brought up in a second. I do see our setup helper down there with him. So we may be talking to Bogey in just a moment here as well. Looks like Fred did leave us at some point there. I see Saber is still with us. Fred has already left us.
And Blight looks like he's going to head towards level 9's location. He's got to be careful. He's down at half a heart. He gets hit by anything. He's... Whoa! How did he avoid that blue lever right there? That was close.
Not sure, but I can say one thing I am sure about. Bogey is with us in the channel. GG.
Hey, thank you. Thanks for the GGs. It was fun.
So what were your thoughts first on being sniped by 5 seconds for 7th place and second on the seed overall?
I don't. Honestly, like I was just gunning for a top 10, top 20. I haven't had many. This is my first go at a rando tournament, so just moving up the ranks was my goal, and to finish close to the top 5. I think I was 2 minutes behind. I was pretty happy with that. And I think in terms of the seed, however I ordered it, I think I lucked out. I think I went 3 first, got stuck there, then tried taking a stab at, or 3 first was level 2, and then where 1 usually was level 5. I got stuck there too. So I think I made my way over to the real level 1, where level 2 is, and was able to dig, the wand, the bow, and the whistle, and I think things just panned out from there pretty well. I never felt really blocked at any point.
Now, you said that you are trying to move up the ranks. How long have you been playing the Zelda 1 randomizer?
So I literally just started probably, when did the tournament start? 2-3 weeks ago?
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's
so
amazing, Bogey.
I wouldn't have
the whole-
guessed.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have guessed.
To finish within a half a minute of being in the top 6 for tonight's race with a crop of these fantastic runners. I mean, GG to you, Bogey. That's amazing progress.
Thanks, man. Yeah, it's been frustrating for the first 2 weeks, but this was, I feel like, my best race that I've done so far. Mostly, I've just been doing the any percent no up and A for the past 5 months or so. And yeah, I just got into Rando a couple of weeks ago. It looks fun. Definitely has its trying times, especially when you get lost in 9 or have to dig deep and go through all 57 rooms. But luckily today I didn't get too stuck. I lucked out with Ganon and then was able to make my way to Zelda after finding the compass.
Yeah, the thing that made this level 9 pretty easy for most level 9s that we like to consider the great equalizer is you didn't have to take a staircase at all to beat that level 9. Yeah.
I think I ended up taking 1 that just brought me closer to Ganon, but then I think I worked my way back across the entire dungeon, especially once I found the compass. Yeah, looking at my map, I see exactly what you're saying.
I want to cover something that just happened a moment ago. Blight just got the red ring out of level 5, so he's going to have a lot easier time in these fights right now.
Absolutely. I mean, he's taken quite a few deaths, and yeah, that red ring
actually
coming in.
That helped me a lot when I went to level 5 and found the red ring. I got blocked at some point, but at least I made my way to find the red ring early, so that made my life a lot easier for sure.
There was actually one point I wanted to get at too, that you and Crystal Saber were both on the bottom. I'm not sure if you have the restream up now or not, but you were both on the bottom. There was one point that you were literally within 2 minutes of each other. You ended Gomo literally less than 2 minutes behind him, and you both had 4 Triforces. At that point, we thought the race might have been between the two of you. He did, of course, end up routing the rest of the season perfectly, getting to first place. I don't know what it was that kept you a little further back, but you still had a really good race. As you said, that was a really well-run seed. Definitely a great beginning of that seed, and it definitely put you in a good position to have a good time.
Yeah, I mean, I think, you said it right there. I think I had go mode earlier than I realized it mentally, so I think after getting those 4 Triforces, I had the silvers, I had the raft, the ladder, and the whistle, so, and the bow. So I had everything I needed. I think, mentally I'm just prepared to dig each dungeon. And, then I think I got, after my 5th or 6th Triforce, I realized, I just got to get these Triforce pieces and get over to 9. So, it's just learning the whole rando process, but, yeah, my goal is just to improve each race, and hopefully next week's qualifiers with what is it, shapes? Hopefully.
No. Next week 4 is shapes. We have a preview for that tomorrow. So
next week's the hit point.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right. So that'll be just another variable in this whole thing, and it's fun. I'm having a good time.
Yeah, and Shapes is one of the most fun dungeon formats, I think, from a commentary perspective, too. Yes, it can be a little challenging to try and figure out what level you're in at times, but unless it's shown, which in this case I think it's going to be shown. But if we were to not have the indication what level it is, then it's a case of the commentators trying to play the game with the runners, trying to figure out what level this is, trying to figure out where can they be, what is left, what has not been explored yet, how many rooms does this one have. So that can be fun from a commentary perspective. Of course, in this case, we're going to know what the levels are. It's just a matter of figuring out where you can go in each level when we get to that Shapes format.
Yep.
It's not fun for me. I'm bad at playing Name That level. I will say this, however. Blight found the Triforce out of level 5, and that old man taunted him of that second bomb upgrade. He was 2 rupees short at the time of purchasing that second upgrade. He could have had 20 bombs, and there's the compass that he absolutely doesn't need. He's looking for that second item. We know it's a heart container.
He stopped, he thought about the compass, and realized, yeah, I got that already.
Mm-hmm. Now, he has to go back into level 8. We don't believe he picked up the Triforce. If he did, he still has to go back there anyway to get his raft.
And I was going to comment earlier, back to what you were saying, Bogey, that a lot about learning the randomizer. It's absolutely true. Like, you mentioned that you were a speedrunner of the vanilla game, and there are a lot of runners who start by speedrunning the vanilla game, and there are a lot of runners who speedrun both. They both do the vanilla game as you get a rupee boss. They do both the vanilla game and the randomizer, and they do very well in both because, again, they're the same basic core game. So, from that perspective, the fact that you did start with the vanilla game gives you the core mechanics that a player starting with just the randomizer would not have. Like, someone who has not played regular Legend of Zelda could take 2-3 hours on their first seed, simple seed settings, and still take a while to get it completed. That's going to be someone who has not played Zelda before, but you have those core mechanics. I think that really is helping you with coming up with some good times here. And the rest of it, as you just said, is learning what puts you into go mode, what you still need to do things, if you don't need anything else, things like that. That's all that really there is to learn in this.
Yeah, I think the big thing I picked up from this race was, just recognizing when I might be blocked sooner than later. And one tip I picked up from the Discord was dark rooms don't drop anything of real importance. I mean, obviously, it could drop keys, it could drop the compass, but no Triforces, no floor items, that type of thing. So just understanding and learning those types of rules certainly helps. Obviously, it's reassuring for me to know that I was only a couple minutes behind Saver, who's phenomenal, halfway through. So I'm gonna, watch the stream probably tomorrow at some point and just see where he's separated from the pack. And obviously, guys like Redbird Grad, those guys, do a phenomenal job as well. So I just watch those guys, see what they do, try to pick up some tips from them, and the rest is on me in terms of decision making and the combat.
Well, you are definitely off to a great start. I would not be surprised to see you when we get to the individual races, to see you potentially go far in the brackets. The more that you play, the more that you learn, the more you will be able to pull off those good times by you putting that knowledge that you learned from all those past seeds to work. So I would not be surprised to see you potentially get up into the later part of the bracket here.
Yeah, we'll see. That's the fun part about this.
Indeed.
Awesome. Well, thanks for having me, guys.
No problem. You're welcome to stay if you wish, but we are going to follow Blight, obviously, as he finishes here, as he still is 2 Triforce pieces out. He is still looking for the raft as well. We know the raft is in level 8. All of us up here know that. He doesn't. And he has to play to level 8 to get that. He also does not have the Triforce from level 8 yet. He did get the ladder and a magical rod out of it. Or not magical rod. Ladder, and probably saw the scrap metal there as well, but he did get the ladder at least. So he's been to level 8, just hasn't finished it.
Now, unfortunately in Blight's case, he has made some kind of probably mapping mistake or marking mistake. He found that heart container in the rupee boss room in level 5, and he already has the red ring and the Triforce, but he is still looking. He must think he has missed something. We know he's already got everything he needs in level 5. He can escape.
Yeah, he can get out of here at this point. He just has to remember that he picked up a heart container here, and
that could be the inexperience just showing right there for Blight. Again, Blight, one of the new runners here. So, I mean, it's tough when you're a rookie. It's tough. You're gonna make mistakes.
He just found the staircase, realized he might have had everything.
Yeah.
And he saw the empty staircase. It's like you walk in, it's like,
Nope, what you are looking for is not here.
Yep, and that was the red flag right there. So Blight now done with level 5, and it happens. It happens to the best of us, and it's something that Blight's going to learn, for future races. He's going to get better because he has definitely shown some promise.
He is showing to be a decent player, and as you said, he is going to get better. Like, this is what happens when you play more, you get better. And that's really all that can really happen there.
Absolutely. So everybody cheer on Blight as he is trying to finish off this seed. Now make sure you give all 4 of our featured runners, Blight, Fred Coughlin, Crystal Saver, and Bogey, a follow. Very good races that they put up here tonight here on Speed Gaming 2.
And we'll see if we can get those runner links in the chat. Looks like they have not been updated here on the chat end here. So we'll see if we can get those updated for you in case you want to follow any of those 4 runners here. Meanwhile, looking at Blight, he is in the Lost Hills right now, and he is heading over south of the White Sword location. The White Sword location, by the way, I'm just trying to see what that was again. Was it a heart container today?
Yes, it was a heart container.
Okay.
Now, I imagine Cyclone, he is heading back to level 8 because he's heading in the path of level 9. Yes.
Yeah, that's where level 8 was. That's got to be where he's going right now.
Yep.
Yep, heading exactly in that direction. So he is going to make the right play here. He is going to go back into level 8. Let's hope he can find that raft in there. That will put him in go mode. Then it's just a matter of find the Triforce, get out, and go to level 6, get that done, and get to the go fight Ganon.
Now, if you remember, in order to get the raft, you have to clear a room that had blue wizards, and I think it had some bubbles in there as well as a bunch of other miscellaneous enemies.
Yeah, not a fun room to clear.
He knows where the
Now,
Triforce is,
yeah.
he just hasn't grabbed it.
Yeah, I'm just looking at that. I notice he does have the compass, and it does show him a flashing red dot on the map. For those not familiar with the game, that does indicate that flashing red dot is where the Triforce is. The other red dot is the one that's not flashing. That's him moving around. So that stationary one is where the Triforce is located.
And that dot corresponds with the color of the mail that you're wearing right now. So if he was wearing a blue ring, that dot would be blue.
Indeed.
Boy, I tell you what, that was a really, really good Patra fight.
That was
very,
really good.
very nice.
Yeah, there are some pro runners who would look at that and be happy to have that.
Oh, absolutely. That's one of the better Patra fights you will see with that wand and sword technique. Now, what do we mean by the wand and sword technique, Cyclone?
I'll let you explain that, because I just want to note that we're about to pick up the raft right here, I think. There it is. He's got the raft. He is now in go mode.
Huge.
So I'll let you explain that.
Absolutely. All right. So the wand and sword technique. If you hit both of the buttons at the same time, you can deal double damage to certain enemies. You know, you can use it against Darknuts and Patras. Those are the most effective enemies to use it on. But that's the reason why the runners don't want to pick up the book, because with the book, it makes doing that trick just a little bit harder. So that's another reason why runners generally avoid that book.
Speaking of the book, yeah, for those not familiar, I'll go ahead and I'll explain that. What the book does is it takes that rod that you fire, the magic that you fire, and it turns it into fire. Literally turns it into a burning flame. Now, this can be something that will allow you to burn bushes on the edge of a map if you were. And luckily for these runners, there's no situation where you have to reach across with a fire like that and burn a bush to do something, like there might be in some other games. But in this case, you could do that. The problem is that fire can also hurt you. So the runners don't want to. The runners want to use the wand for close quarters fighting, but they don't want to be burned by the fire. That's why they're not going to pick up the book.
That's absolutely right, Cyclone. And Blight completes that room, gets his Triforce out of level 8, and now he is in Triforce and Go mode, and he's going to go ahead, I would imagine, warp to the closest spot possible to get to that raft spot.
He's working
This
that
ain't
out.
too terrible. Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good. That's pretty good.
Absolutely. There's a few spots he could have whistled to. That's one of them. Level 3 spot or level 1 spot. Those would have been 3 great choices. So, yep, he's just a couple screens away from heading into level 6. And I guess he wants to go shopping first.
Looks like it. He is down to 3 bombs, so I can't blame him for wanting to pick up some. Well, forget shopping.
Yeah, because he was going to go shopping and purchase those 9 rupee bombs there, but that bomb drop from the Moblin gives him a little bit of extra assurance, a little bit of extra equipment to get into level 6.
He's trying to do a screen scroll to the right. I think if I'm not mistaken, I think it's harder to do it than just do it from the left. Am I right?
You're right, because if you do it right to left, you can actually sword buff your way to doing a screen scroll. You can't do it left to right.
But he does pull it off. He does get through. Very nicely done. And he is back in the level 4 location of level 6.
Yep, so that we know that the white sword and the red candle are the 2 items here in level 6. White sword would definitely go a long way in level 9 for him. We'll see if he can find it.
Now, he is technically in go mode, so he may not come upon that white sword, but we do know it was a floor drop, so if he clears a room, he will find it, if he clears the correct room. That's a Triforce. He might not find it. He's not going to find it now.
No
He's
way. That is a fast level 6 Triforce there for Blight. Just a couple of rooms and pop, there's the Triforce. He's ready to go into level 9. Now, let's see what he decides to do. Obviously, he's got 7 bombs. He can hold up to 14 bombs. He's got 60 rupees, so he could buy a potion or get a potion from a secret if he has not exhausted all 4. Let's see what Blight has in mind.
He's going to go for Magical Sword. I'm going to call that right now. I don't know what the pickup is because none of our runners picked that up today.
No,
but I think he's going to go for it.
No, and none of our runners were even close to the minimum 10 heart requirement to pick up the Magical Sword, so we'll see.
One of them did have 10, I think. I don't remember who it was because they're all obviously done now.
Right.
But,
Fred.
There was another
Fred
one who did have 10. Yeah,
Fred did. Now, Blight's going to go where the small... No, I don't know what Blight is going to do now. He's checking something before he goes into level 9.
Maybe he's going to the coast to get another heart container that he knows is there before going to level 9.
Could be.
And he's checking to see if this was any cave. We know this isn't.
He's already got the magical key. He picked that up earlier.
I think he's trying to remember how to get back to the coast.
Oh, that could be. Potentially could be there.
If he went south, he would have found a way through by walking across the staircase where the burned bush is. He could have gotten through that without entering the level. He could have gotten across. And again, I'm saying that for his benefit if he happens to watch this back, so he knows that there's another way that he could have gone.
Wait a minute. Maybe he wants that raft heart.
Maybe he's getting that too. He's going to get both of them, I think.
Or he could be grabbing the potion as well, which could also help him out on level 9. Let's see what Blight has in mind as he enters this Take Any Cave. Is it going to be the heart or the potion? Survey says potion. I like this move.
But I think he's going to go down and grab the heart just for the magical sword chances. I think he might do that. He hasn't saved him quit. He's not whistling. He is going down to grab the heart container while he's here. He almost got raft blocked there.
That was a nice reaction time there to get rid of that red lever. Blight, well done.
And Blight just made a liar out of me. He's not going down to the ladder spot. He's moving on.
Yeah. Now where's he going to head for? Oh, power blation spot. Oh, wow. I like the moxie there. No, letter? No, I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, what is he doing?
He's
the
unpredictable. I was thinking he might grab the letter.
I thought this was a money room.
It is. He must not have grabbed it. He's going to be happy about it. It's 135 rupees he's added.
Yeah.
He's already got the red potion.
But why was he grabbing the money now? What is he doing with that?
Extra ammo for level 9. You can't have too little ammo, I suppose.
I guess, yeah, it would be arrows. It makes sense. He's back to the level 8 location. So the staircase there, again, he can cross that to get to the coast. That is a way across.
I think he's trying to find the fastest way possible to get into level 9, and he needs to get to, I'd say, 7.
7 location, yeah, that's where he is right now. So now is the best way to get through. He can do a screen scroll and avoid the lost woods here. Let's see if he remembers that.
Yeah, he's already done it a couple of times.
Yep, he is. Yep. He's gonna probably have to kill these Lionels first. They're being a little annoying. Now he's gonna do it.
And I would imagine he's going to having a little bit of trouble. Just not quite on that right pixel to do that screen scroll, but we know he's done it before. There it is.
There it is.
All right, now since he's heading this direction, I would imagine he's going to check the magical sword to see if those 10 hearts are enough. We'll see if he makes that play, but he's had me guessing, that's for sure. Let's see, and he's going to check.
He's not going to make a liar on that one. I figured he would do this too. So
20% chance, no go.
No magical sword. He has to do this with a wooden sword because he did not find the white sword in level 6 before finding the Triforce. So he is going to be doing this with the wooden sword.
Well, the good news for Blight is the combat really wasn't that difficult. So if he knows how to do a Ganon fight with wood sword, he should be all right.
Exactly. That's what it really comes down to at this point.
All right, so we know where everything is there, level 9. And again, if for those of you who just joined us, this is one of those level 9s, and it's a rare level 9 where you didn't have to take a staircase to find both the pig, or in his case, the princess, and the pig.
I want to take a moment to cover some of the other finishers from the race, because there have been other finishers coming in over the time that we've been talking here. We did mention Chesterk was 9th place with a 103.49, so we're going to pick up from there. Dr. J PhD came in 10th place with a 109.54. I'm not going to mention any forfeits, but we are going to say that Mr. Dunlow finished in 11th with a 114.41. Jay Cooper, another legendary runner, seemed to have a hard time with this one, came in 12th with a 114.49. Ryan Seven came in with a 120.19 in 13th place. Mr. Cab with a 122.04 in 14th. And then the final finisher to date so far, Willard J. Bradley with a 15th place time of 123.52. So get your GGs in chat for all of them as well.
Absolutely, and you mentioned Jay Coper being legendary. Absolutely. When they used to do the nightlies, I mean, Jay Coper, more often than not, found himself in the top 3 easily every night. Yeah, that's how good he is.
Yeah. So he must have had a really difficult time with this seed, or made the wrong gamble at the wrong time, or something had to have happened there, because that is out of the ordinary for him not to finish near in the top of the field here.
And absolutely, and everybody's going to have nights like that. Even the top pros are going to have nights like that.
Exactly. I still remember back during the No Swords tournament, calling a race between Crystal Saver and another runner, and it turned out to be a super close race, just based on certain decisions made by both runners that easily could have turned the race one way or the other. So that can happen in any kind of seed format with any kind of situation. And in that race, we almost lost Crystal Slayer from that tournament. He ended up moving on in the tournament.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I think I remember which race exactly what you're talking about here. And I'll tell you what, that was a good manhandler kill there for Blight. Trying to find both Ganon and Zelda. Again, as a Dark Nut, he is going to be facing off against Zelda and will be rescuing Ganon.
So Chaos will rule the day if Blight is successful.
All right, for the final time tonight, here's Zelda.
And this is a 15-hit kill for Zelda. You have to get 15 hits with the wood sword.
He's got to watch out for those hugs because she has a thing for Dark Nuts. Going to cost 1 heart if Blight takes body damage. And there's a couple hits now. Oh, there's a hug. Look out. 3.
Oh. He's going to need that
He's having
potion.
a little bit of trouble. Yeah, and he's trying to do it from the center, which can be difficult if you don't know what the pattern of Ganon, or in this case, Zelda, is.
He has to figure out where the sunlock is if he wants to try and get the sunlock, but he's not hitting that. He's just... Oh, he almost has it now. He almost had it.
So close.
Nice try.
Oh, another hug. Yeah,
Please,
good move there for Blight.
Continue.
All right, so Blight now has his silver arrows at the ready. Just a few more hits left to go on Zelda, and he will have the Triforce of... There's a stun lock! There it is!
Stun lock!
Oh.
And lost it. I think he has 2 more. 1 more.
Nice.
There it is.
We've got more Royal Jelly and the Triforce of Wisdom, so now Blight just needs to find the shutter door that will automatically open, and Blight will be able to finish this race. That was a tough fight there, but Blight persevered. GG.
Yes, exactly. Really, really well done. He persevered through a very difficult wood sword Ganon fight. The red ring and the 10 hearts gave him what he needed to tank through it. Now there's only one problem he has. He has to make his way across the entire dungeon. He did use a staircase, so it looks like the staircase will get you closer.
Yeah, staircase will get him closer, but shoot, we saw that room on Saver's side, or somebody. I think it was Bogey's side.
Yeah, I think it was Bogey. I think I remember seeing him doing that, and I noticed Blight walked in. And he's
the map.
Yeah, Blight walked in, and he's like, "No, do I really have to do this?"
You have to do this. So Blight is definitely on his way. If he goes to the west, he will get to where he needs to be.
And I think there's a bomb here. Yep.
Yep, you are correct.
He doesn't have the compass, so he doesn't necessarily... Well, I think he found it on... I think it's found on the way. Is this the compass here?
No, that was a 5 rupee.
Oh,
There's the compass. Stalfos had the compass tonight.
Just walk into the compass and it's yours. Move on.
I'll tell you what, other than the amount of deaths Blight took, he actually didn't play too badly tonight. I think if he just would have found the red ring sooner, he could have definitely been towards the top of the pack cycle.
I think you're absolutely right. I believe if he had found that red ring in level 5 sooner, and I'm not faulting him for not finding it, obviously, because it's just a matter of making the right gamble at the right time. If he found that red ring, he would have definitely had potential to shave possibly a good 10, 20, could even be 30 minutes off his time. As he's coming upon the princess, as he's coming upon Ganon right now, flames Ganon, and he's now rescuing a flame. He's rescuing the fire, and he is now finished. That is an official SRL time of 1:34:38. We also have a finish from Leslie Pro and another finish from Inami1, who have also put in finishing times around this point as well. So get your GGs in chat for everyone in this race tonight. There are still a couple runners, I believe, who are still running, and a very good race tonight. Congratulations again to Crystal Saver for the win. We'll come back to that in a second when we finish the broadcast. But we are going to see if Blight wants to join us and chat about this.
Yeah, absolutely. GG's to Blight there, and every one of our 4 runners had a really, really fast level 9. Again, it helps that you don't have to take staircases to get to everything you needed. That's always nice.
I do see Blight in the SAP channel with our setup helper here, so he'll probably be joining us in just a moment here, just doing a mic check, make sure everything works. So in the meantime, I just want to remind everyone again about the next couple races that I do want to point out here. One of them is for this tournament. Week 3 begins tomorrow at 3 o'clock Eastern Time, somewhere here on the Speed Gaming Network. Not sure what channel yet, but actually, I'll see if I can get an update on that, actually. But it is going to be tomorrow at 3 o'clock. We're going to have the first race of Week 3 here somewhere on Speed Gaming. And refreshing the schedule right now and taking a quick look. I can see that has been assigned to Speed Gaming 2, where we are right now. So come back to this channel tomorrow. If you don't already follow this channel, click that follow button. Be alerted when we come back tomorrow. You will be able to catch race number 1 of Week 3. But if that's not enough Zelda 1 randomizer for you, make sure to keep an eye on not just this channel, but our other Speed Gaming channels as well, either on Speed Gaming or on Speed Gaming 2 most likely tomorrow. You're going to see a preview of the Week 4 flag set. Shapes are going to be in order, the order of the day tomorrow at 10 o'clock Eastern Time. So make sure you check that out when it's assigned to a channel tomorrow as well. And make sure you come see that. We'd love to have you for that tomorrow night as well.
Absolutely. That should be a lot of fun. I know I always enjoy Shapes, those dead ends, how it's quadruple segmented, how level 9 becomes more of a great equalizer than it already is. It's going to be a lot of fun. You don't want to miss it.
Yeah, Shapes is, like I said earlier, Shapes is a fun format. It can definitely be a format that, while fun, can also completely boggle you. It can boggle even the best runners. If there's a room that they're not able to get to and they don't have bombs or they can't find something that they need to be able to clear it, like a ladder, it can really boggle you trying to find the way through there.
Yeah, most certainly. So, and with that, we do have Blight here in the commentator's booth with us. GG, tell you what, I think the one thing that separated you was the good old red ring in level 5. I think other than that, I thought you played really, really well tonight.
Thank you. Yeah, the combat was very frustrating for me that tonight. If I would have found the red ring early, like I did last week, this would have been a lot easier, especially with all the whiz robes, patras, and yeah, mostly those.
Yeah, Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, this ended up being a real nasty combat seed in. Heart containers were kind of hard to come by, and turns out the white sword ended up being in level 6, but your level 6 ended up being lickety-split fast. I think a few rooms, and you had the Triforce in hand, and if you did try Magical Sword at 10 Hearts, unfortunately that was not enough this time around. But yeah, other than the red ring, I thought you played really, really well tonight.
Well, thank you. Yeah, the level 6 was like 2-3 rooms in. It was just instantaneous. Like, well, I have everything I needed. Sure, let's go with that. I was kind of all over the place, actually. I didn't remember that I had picked up the initial item in 5.
Um, wait, no, 5 was the red ring.
5 was the red ring.
Right, and I believe the other one was a heart container.
Oh,
Yeah,
the other
that's
one's
that
the-
is
that's
one
the
thing
one.
I do. That is one thing I do
Yeah.
want to ask you about is level 5. Was it just a mismark on your map, or did you think there were 3 items in level 5? Because I do know you're a new runner, so I just want to check.
No, it was a miss thing. I forgot I picked up the heart container initially, which is why when I at the end of level 5, I went
Yeah.
back and like, wait, I remember this
It was-
staircase. What was
it
in here?
blended
Shit.
it blended in with the rupee boss there. So yeah, we had seen it, but it happens. And you're gonna get better because I definitely saw some signs of brilliance. And you tell you what, level 9, normally dubbed as the Great Equalizer, it was mellow tonight.
Yeah,
Oh.
we were making notes, especially when we were down just watching you at that point. We were making notes on some of the great fights that we saw. There was a really nice Patrico, for example, and if you were to watch this back, you'll hear me say that there were some pro runners who would look at Patrico and say, "Oh man, I wish I could do it as good as that." Like there
Wow.
were some moments that you were really that you really had some good strats and some good strategies, and I can see you, like you said, like Cardsman said, I can see you getting better. The question that does come to my mind, though, because you said we know you are a newer runner, do you have experience playing with the vanilla game, like vanilla speed runs?
I did dabble in speedrunning it a few times. I had some help from Darkwing Duck to get me a little bit started in like the right direction to go through. But I did like practice the screen scrolling, the block clipping, stuff like that. I was just having fun speedrunning it. Well, speedrunning it, just going through it, learning the routes. But I never actually like did any kind of racing with it.
Oh.
This is like the second actual race I've participated in.
So is this also? You said it's the second race you participated in. How much have you played the randomizer prior to that?
In total, I think I've played around somewhere between 6 to 10 seeds worth of it.
Oh, and
But
obviously getting better every time, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, what I take actually was last year I was watching every single one of the races for last year's tournament during my lunch breaks at work, so I got to watch like all of them, and like one of the favorite commentators was actually you, Laws, especially with your Patra Wayne and the
Yes.
other different things.
Good old Patra
pure
Wayne.
torture.
33 rooms, Patra Wayne, Great Equalizer, you have the whole ball of
I
wax.
still remember one race during that tournament. You and I were on the commentary, and we both cracked up laughing as we found ladder blocks all over level 7, and we had a good chuckle about that one during that race. I still remember that one.
But actually, what really killed me tonight was the lag. With all the combat rooms, with all those freaking BMOS everywhere, just lagging everything out. I had some real bad trouble with the Patras where there was BMOS in there because it was just lagging everything and couldn't hear if it was actually dealing damage, and the hitboxes were kind of not working properly because of the lag. I don't know how to explain it properly.
Lag can be a huge enemy when you're used to fighting a room at a certain speed, and then you have to adjust to a different speed to start out the room before it goes back to normal. And it's not just in this game. In other games, I've seen the same thing when you have internet issues and your game is suddenly going at 10 frames per...
Or another game that has a lot of lag issues sometimes, Castlevania 2.
I can imagine. I actually haven't played that one before. I'm guessing it's just because of a lot of sprites on the screen.
Correct. Yep, and it's the same thing with this game.
Yeah, NES games, only certain hardware wasn't as good back then, so obviously lag is going to happen. And even though we are playing in 2019, obviously with much better equipment, obviously the game is still plays like it did in 1986.
Yeah, of course. Another thing which was tripping me up a little bit right at the end was that Ganon fight. I wasn't expecting him to be in his actual room. So those corner movements were throwing me off. I had trouble locating him when I normally don't.
Yeah, that was a Fred moment for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. But it is what it is, and hey, GG's to you, Blight. Very good race from you tonight. Any other thoughts or comments before we call it an evening?
No, just I was looking for the arrows for the longest time. Like that's when I was entering all the shops, and it turned out to be in the rare shop with the blue ring. That was I'm just thankful I ran into the silvers pretty quick afterwards. Other than that, no, nothing really that I can think about this seed. I just feel I played it a little poorly. That's all.
And every runner, we said this as well when we saw, for example, I'm not going to go over the names again, but we saw a couple other runners who we know are legendary runners at this game, who had less than stellar finishes tonight. Everyone's going to have a race like that. So all you can do is get back on the horse next time and try and put in a good one on the next one and get back up there. That's all you can really do. Everyone's going to have their bad race. You just have to keep trying to come back on top next time.
Yep. Yeah, I really wanted to finish the seed, so I kept pushing, even though I came close to forfeiting a few times with those whiz robes. They were just not
you
playing
look
nice
like you
tonight.
were. You look like you were getting a little frustrated. I was just saying, please don't forfeit. That would not. We want to see you finish the seed, obviously, and so we're glad that you did finish it out, and we're glad you did manage to do that. And very nice to be able to watch you on stream. And we do hope to. I shouldn't say we hope. We do look forward, rather, since we know everyone's going to qualify in this tournament. We look forward to seeing you in the brackets as well, if not on another stream prior to them for the qualifiers. And we hope to see some really good racing in those brackets as well.
Well, I hope to meet those expectations then. I know I'll be back at the very least every Saturday for the last race of the qualifiers. If not participating in the other ones before, and I'll always be available for restream, so you'll probably see me back here every week or so.
Understood. Not an issue at all. And if you have to be racing and we end up getting you on restream again, we'll be happy to see you on restream again and see how you improve. So definitely looking forward to seeing you in the future. Any final thoughts?
Nope. That was all the final thoughts I had. Just that the any key kind of seemed to be not very helpful this time. Sorry, except for the mug rooms that came in afterwards.
Yeah, I think the did you eventually find the any key? Because it was under the Arnold statue.
Yeah, he found it.
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
Find it? Okay, I didn't remember. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I did, but I had 8 keys at the time.
Yeah.
That tends to happen when you find the any key. You either find it when you have no keys, which is always a welcome sight, or you find it when you have about 12 keys.
Yeah, but thinking about it again, yeah, I'm thankful I got that any key because it just let me go through level 9 with all those key doors and the 2 mugger rooms that had the keys without any problems. Otherwise, I would have probably had some key troubles in 9, and that could have just made 9 a living nightmare.
If you've ever watched races in the past, you've seen how some level 9s can be littered with locked doors and very few keys to help you out there. So yeah, having that any key was definitely nice to have.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, GG's to you, Blight, and we wish you the best of luck in week 3. And I just know you're going to hit it out of the park next week.
I certainly hope so. Thank you very much.
Definitely. Good luck next week and in any of your races in the future. Not just for this tournament, but any other races in the future. So definitely good luck in the future. We look forward to seeing you further on in the tournament. With that said, we're going to just quickly cover the schedule a little bit here. We did mention, obviously, the race tomorrow, but a couple more I want to bring up. We do have one on Monday night, which is also going to be on Speed Gaming channel somewhere. That one's not assigned yet, but it's at midnight. So basically 11:59 Monday, I guess is the best way to put it. But midnight going into Tuesday, Eastern time. And that will be somewhere on Speed Gaming. We're going to have a race on Tuesday at 7 p.m. also on Randomania. So with that said, with Randomania, make sure you also follow Randomania 2 through 4. Make sure you follow Speed Gaming 2 through 6 as well for all the additional events we have going on here at Speed Gaming. Not to mention these tournaments and the weeklies, which take place on Sunday at 10 o'clock Eastern time. And with that said, make sure you follow all of our runners as well. Now, for those who are watching on YouTube, the link to get to any of the runner streams is twitch.tv followed by the name you see, the name of the runner you want to go to. Fred and Crystal Saber exactly to see them, but the other 2 runners, we have Stygian Blight, Stygian_Blight, Stygian, and Bogey Smalls, Smalls, SMALLS. That's how you can reach those 2 runners if you do want to. Again, they're newer runners at the game. I'm sure they would appreciate the support and the ability to chat with anyone who wants to go and hang out with them as well. I'm sure they'd love to have you in their streams. So make sure you check them out as well. And make sure you also follow my co-commentator, LOZ Cards Fan. And we also have a tracker who is tracking everything tonight. Make sure you follow Bobino. I'm not sure if that's the Switch name, but Bobino was doing the tracking. Thank you for tracking as well.
Also, please make sure you give my commentator partner, Cyclone, a follow as well. I tell you what, great doing commentary with you as always.
Indeed. I've been missing the chance to do commentary with you because we hadn't had a lot of Zelda to call for a while, so it's nice to be able to get back in the booth with you and call another one with you.
Absolutely. So with that, that's going to draw our stream to a close tonight here on Speed Gaming 2. So for everyone involved here, for all of our runners, for everyone involved from Speed Gaming, and for my commentator partner, Cyclone, I'm LOZ Cards Fan 23. Have yourselves a great evening, and we will see you tomorrow for the beginning of the Week 3 qualifiers here in the Zelda Randomizer Tournament. Have a good one.
Have a good one. I just want to say again, thank you, chat, for watching. If it wasn't for you, we would just be talking to ourselves. So thanks for watching us talk to ourselves, and we look forward to seeing you for the other races this week. Have a good night, everyone. See you later.
So long, everyone.